Brilliant. So can we start in standing? Just get yourself onto your mat and then just really easy swing down. So just this little sequence now, just getting the body warmed up. So start with a comfy position of the feet. Take a breath in. Don't worry where the arms get to, but just kind of starting to reach the arms up. Bend the knees round through your spine so you get a really good sense of arch into that lower back. And then when you're ready, coming all the way back up on your next inhale. Remember, you can make that all a little bit smaller if you wanted. So we'll do that again 4 more times. So exhale, take that round. Inhaling, ground through the feet, press through the thighs, reach the arms up, well done. And it doesn't matter if we're taking our shoulders with us at this moment. We just want to get a little bit of movement into the body, maybe a little bit of heat, maybe a little bit of warmth. Good, we'll do that twice more. So exhaling and inhaling. Yeah, beautiful. Welcome anybody that's just joined us now. We'll do that again one last time. Just making that fairly small. Good, and then come back to your start position. Can you lift your right knee and then lift your left knee? And again, it doesn't matter if we wobble, it doesn't matter if it's not all totally as you want it to be to start with. What I would like you to do then is just add your opposite elbow to knee. So you're going to bring your arm up and just start to draw the elbow a little bit towards the knee. So that's just going to get the waist involved a little bit. You'll notice that. Yeah, good, and we'll do that 4 more times. Good, any breath that's kind of happening, inhaling and exhaling, whatever feels good, whichever one feels good, that's it, beautiful, yeah, lovely, and then just take a pause there. So now we'll tap back with our right foot and then come back to our start, and then our left foot taps back. Do you remember on this one, we're actually staying on the ball of the foot, that's it, and then when you're ready, the same arm as leg takes a little reach, so you're stepping back with the left foot, the left arm comes up, you're stepping back with the right foot and the right arm comes up. Now to show you from the side, so we're keeping that length through the spine and we're just trying to open up a little bit into the front of the hip as we do that. We'll go right to left 4 more times. Give me the exhale and the inhale 4. We'll go 3. Good, we'll go 2 more. Lovely, and then our last one of those. Beautiful. Yeah, lovely. Good, take the feet wide for me and then just transfer your weight from side to side. Yeah, good, that's all I'm asking on this one. So just a little bend of the knee and just starting to transfer the weight. And what that's going to do then is just start to ignite our kind of balance on our brain and body moving there. Good, if you felt comfortable, you could then add in just a lift of the foot. Yeah, so you're transferring the weight. So we come into balance. Yeah, good, and we're just going to do 4. We're going to do 3, it doesn't have to be big at all. There's 2, and there's the last one of those. Good, give the legs a shake. So we go all the way from the beginning, and now you can make it bigger if you wanted, keep it the same if you prefer. So again, we've got our feet in a really comfy position, 4 of each. So we're inhaling the arms up, maybe we get a nice stretch. Bend the knees, exhale as we tuck down, maybe stretch the legs at this point now, and then inhale our way all the way back to our start. Good, so that could be just the arm action, and we've got 2 more of those, so absolutely fine just to do a nice little zhuzh instead of a whole big swing down, and there's our last one coming up. Yeah, lovely, good, and then come back to your start position. We're going to raise the arms this time and bring the left hand to the right knee, yeah, and then the same to the other side. Yeah, lovely, that's it. And we'll just go 4, inhaling and exhaling 3, get the balance going, lengthen up through the spine 2, good, and then there's our last one, beautiful. The right leg goes back, the right arm reaches up, get a little bit of length, and then come back. I'll show you from the side. So we're reaching just as we did a moment ago, and we'll do 4 more of those. So we'll go 4 with a nice reach, soften the shoulder, good, and again, same to the other side. So lengthening up through the fingertips. We need just that little bit more warmth this morning, don't we? On this little bit of a grey day. Good, and then last time on that left side to bring the feet wide to transfer the weight. Yeah, and again we could maybe even have the hands on the hips and see if we can come into just a little bit of balance. Can you land on the ball of the foot, the whole of the foot, and lengthen and lift that opposite leg, just that moment. It doesn't have to be high, doesn't have to be a big move. Yeah, we'll go 4, We'll go 3, doing beautifully. Transfer the weight, 2, good, and then 1. Come back to your central position. Give the arms and legs a little shake out. Really well done. Bring the feet a little bit wider than hip width for me. Nod your chin to chest, roll down, but just a slightly wider base for us now. So inhale, nod the chin to chest, and then exhale, start that roll down. Release the neck, release the shoulders. Just start to ease your way down. Any little restrictions, you might want to pause, you might want to come back up, you might want to bend the knees a little bit more. Otherwise, we'll make that journey down towards the shins, towards the feet, towards the floor, whatever you've got to. And then just have a little bit of movement around. Maybe move over to the right side and then over to the left side. And maybe we can even just move the hips a little bit to one side and then the other. Maybe we can even bend the knees and just take that little bit of movement there. Just being mindful of our backs, and if that flexing forward is too much, obviously we're coming up, making it less. We're all going to bend our knees, take a breath in, start to unravel. Tailbone heads down towards the ground. The hips start to push forward and we round all the way back up to our standing position. Well done. Keep the feet a little bit wider. Inhale the arms all the way up. Lift the chest. Have a look up to the ceiling and then exhale, circle the arms around. Are ready just to catch the hands into the lower back. So the heel of the hand pushes into the back of the pelvis. A little bit of force from the hands and draw the shoulder blades lightly together, drawing the elbows lightly together. Just checking, obviously, you're not pushing your tummy and chest out. We're still lengthening through the spine. Release the arms, take a breath in, nod the chin. And then when you're ready, we'll roll down again with that wider base. Release the neck, release the shoulders. Any little bit of tightness, maybe just pause, come back up. Yeah, I'll have a little look what we're doing there. Now release the neck, yeah, beautiful. Notice that wider base can just give us a little bit more freedom maybe as we're moving there. Might just feel a little bit nicer through the back body. Have a little bit of movement around if you wanted when you're at the bottom of that move, whatever you've got to. Just kind of feels quite nice, doesn't it? You know, we can get into those little nooks and crannies, maybe into the hips, maybe into the backs of the thighs. Just, you know, your little nooks and crannies there. And then again, we'll take a deep bend of the knees. We'll send the sit bones, the tailbone down towards the ground. We're going to start to exhale, sending the hips forward. And that generally then lets us unravel all the way back to our start position. Well done. Now, just before we do anything else, we're just going to take our tennis ball. If you haven't got a tennis ball, don't worry, because you can do the same stretch. I just want us to try this. So we're just going to try and get a little bit of release into kind of the back of the shoulder area. So if you come with me now, if you disappear off camera, it's absolutely fine. We're going to do again, we've just been working on those few breaths, haven't we? So we're not going to go too many. So I'll show you from here. This is our armpit. We're going to imagine the ball is in the armpit. It's not going to stay in the armpit. It's going to roll just to the outside edge of the armpit, just almost onto the back of the shoulder. But what we're going to do is have the ball and that area against the wall with the arm up. And then we can roll a little bit back into the back of the shoulder and then a little bit forward in towards the armpit. So I'll show you there. So imagine you've got the ball in the armpit and then you've rolled around to the outside edge, yeah? So that now with the arm up, or maybe the arm out, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to have the arm high, and just roll a little bit in towards the back of the shoulder. It's likely that there's a couple of little knots going on there. So if there's a little knot, just stay. Maybe have a little bit of a movement around, a little roll, just really small. Find something that's just a little bit of a niggle. Yeah, a couple more goes, a couple more breaths. Yeah, and then take the ball. Good. Just pop the ball to the ground. Reach that same arm up that you were just stretching, releasing there, and then draw the arm across the body. Yeah, so just a couple of things that you can do at home there. Good, and then reaching the arm all the way up and stretch it all the way over to the side. So just a little bit of release into that back shoulder area. Give a bit of freedom to the shoulders. So we do exactly the same to the other side. So imagine the ball's in the armpit and then you roll the ball just to the outside edge of the body there. Outside edge, heading towards the back of the shoulder. So then if you place the ball there onto your wall, get yourself steady, get yourself in the right position. Maybe have your hand a little bit lower, and then just take that little roll around towards the back of the shoulder, and just heading towards the back of the shoulder blade. Yeah, that's it. Just find maybe just a little area of tightness, a little bit of restriction, and maybe just pause for a couple of breaths there. Yeah, a little circle in that, a really small area. Good, and then when we've done that, we can release, put the ball out of the way. Good, and then take the arm across the body, just into that back of the shoulder. Yeah, that's it. So drawing the arm across the body, whichever arm you've done there, obviously. Good, and then reach up and stretch over. Yeah, so we're just going to build up just a little picture of being able to use our ball there for a little bit of release. Well done, come all the way back to your start. I want that big inhale again, reaching the arms up. The exhale to bring the arms all the way back. This time clasp the hands behind the body and pull the hands a little bit away from the back. Good, when you're ready, release both arms. Bring the hands together to prayer. So the heel of the hands, the thumbs, the fingertips, and then bring your thumbs towards your breastbone. Yeah, so we've got press-ups first. So little combinations this morning. That means we do a few repetitions of each exercise and we just weave them together. Lots of options, so please do what feels right for you this morning. Yeah, give the hands a little bit of a release, a little shake out. Good, shake the arms all the way up. Shake the arms all the way down. Good, and then head to the back end of your mat. So we're going, the first one is our classic Pilates press up. So we're going to roll down. We've got 6 press ups and then we roll back up. Now remember, you could, we'll go with the options as we get going again. So we've got feet hip width. We've got the mat ahead of us. We've got a breath in as we nod the chin to chest. Enjoy. Good, and as we exhale, a couple of challenges as we go today, but again, we can modify at any point. And then when you're ready, we're walking the hands out. Now, I'm going to give you the option to go straight out. Not everybody, you know, a few of us are going to take this, not everybody. So you can come straight out into your full plank position with your hands under your shoulders. Most of us are going to lower to the knees and maybe even adapt the hands so they go wider. 3 press-ups, a breath in, we lower. It might be a fraction of a move. It might be chest down towards the ground. And the exhale pushes our way back up. Now, classically, we have the arms in, but we could, elbows in, we could have the elbows wide in our wide push-up position. You've got one more to do, whichever version you're on. So lowering on that inhale, opening the palms, spreading the fingers, and exhaling our way back to our start. We tuck the toes, we walk the hands back towards the feet. We hang just for a moment, taking a breath in, just see if we can ease out the back of the legs again. And then we can exhale our way all the way back up to our standing position. Take a little roll of the shoulders. Good, and then we do that one more time. So a nod of the chin to chest, breath in. Exhale as you're rolling down. I'm having a look, take your time. That's it, so lead with the crown of the head. Try not to rush. If you're thinking, this isn't part of it, actually is part of our roll down sequence. Now again, some of us will walk straight out, so we keep the hips lifted. We're breathing continuously now as we bring our hands under our shoulders, and some of us will have popped straight to the knees and maybe come into our box position. Yeah, so absolutely fine, either or. If we're in our full position, I want you to press the heels away, create space between the ears and the shoulders. And we're lowering on that inhale, the whole body lowers as one. And then we exhale, as we come back up, the whole body comes back as one. Good, we could be on the knees with the hands wide in our box, like I said. Inhaling, you've got 3. Good, so that's all I'm asking, because remember, we are going to repeat it. And 2 more to do, and last one to do, sorry. So I'm in the box there if anybody's in the box. Good, coming all the way back to our start. Now we bring our hands in, come straight onto our forearms, and then lengthen the legs back into parallel. When you're in parallel, bring your toes together and let your heels drift wide. Lay yourself down on the mat, look to the camera if you're side onto the camera, or look whichever direction feels good. Yeah, and we come straight into the dart. Yeah, so when you're ready, we're inhaling to lift the chest, bring the head to the center. On the exhale, we wrap the thighs, the knees, and our ankles together. We're reaching then our fingertips towards the heels, just very gently, and you don't have to have the arms too close to the body. We take a breath in. I want you to lengthen from your heels out through to the crown of your head. And then on your next exhale, you're slowly coming down, releasing your shoulders, turning your head to the opposite side and relaxing. We go again. So the inhale, lengthen and lift. The exhale to reach the arms towards your heels. Your head is in the center. Your thighs, knees and ankles wrap together. Your legs are on the ground. And then your next exhale is you coming all the way down, slowly lengthening your way back to the mat. Yeah, I'd like 2 more. I'm having a little look at what we're doing now. So we're inhaling, lifting the chest. And then exhale, remember, it's low down in the glutes, it's the inner thighs, and it's the heels, yeah, as you're reaching. Then there's the inhale as you lengthen, and the exhale to lower back down. Now, if you think that you're getting away with doing something slightly different or kind of rushing, I am noting it, by the way. Yeah, this is your last one. This is your last one. So you're coming up on that in. Lengthen and lift. Good. Wrap the legs together. Good. And then on your exhale, inhale to lengthen, and then your exhale brings you all the way back down. Now we should have just done 4 of those. So if we did 5, then you might just need to sneak an extra one in now to even that up. When you're ready, bring the arms forward. Bring yourself so your elbows are directly under your shoulders for me. Bring yourself onto your knees on your next exhale, 3/4 plank. Tuck your toes, inhale, and exhale into your full plank, stretching those heels right away from you, lengthening out through the crown of the head, firming up the hands. Now, absolutely perfect to be on the knees, or we're holding 5. We're holding 4. Lengthen through the legs, a little bit of tightness in the glutes, 2. Good, and 1. Well done. Make sure we're breathing. There should be no holding of the breath. Pop to the knees for me. Lower yourself down and then roll straight over to camera side if you're joining me, or to whichever side feels good. Good, and then from here we're reaching the top arm up, optional. The bottom arm stretches out, and we're into the start of the double leg lifts. So both legs are off the ground. We're inhaling to lift both legs. And we're exhaling to lower. Now, it's not about the height. It's about you keeping the length in both sides of the waist, isn't it? So don't worry if this hand needs to be down. It's absolutely fine to have that hand down, isn't it? So we're inhaling to lift, and we're exhaling to lower. Sorry, I did actually just forget to say, look, check that you can see your feet. Yeah, good. Inhaling, so make sure you can see your feet. So if the legs are behind you, it's likely that your lower back is arching, isn't it? We know that. Here comes our last one. Inhale, lengthen and lift both legs, draw the inner thighs together, and then exhale to lower your legs down. Now your top hand comes down. I'm just going to ask you to roll to the other side. So we're going to place the hand down in front of us, roll onto our opposite side, stretching out our opposite arm there, and then we should be straight into our double leg. Look at the feet, lengthen through both legs. And then from here, we lengthen out through the fingertips, top arm comes up. Yeah? So I'm doing 1, but you're doing 5. So we're inhaling, both legs lift. And we're exhaling to lower both legs down. Trying to keep the pelvis level and trying to keep that same space between the lower back and the mat. Yeah? You don't have to, you can have the fingertips in front if that feels better, hand on the side seam. Notice where your top shoulder is. Is it sitting just right on top of the other one, or is it rolling back or rolling forward? Yeah. Are you lifting the legs straight up, or are you taking them in some sort of bow shape? So just make sure you're lengthening and lifting both legs so they just come straight off the ground. Yeah, well done. Now that should be our last one. Lower your top arm, roll all the way around to your tummy, push yourself in onto 4-point kneeling, into 4-point kneeling. Tuck the toes, walk the hands all the way back, lower your heels, sit low. See if we can sit low, get those hips warmed up a little bit more. I'll just come in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, so we've got the feet hip width maybe a little bit wider, and we're just going to drop into those hips just a fraction. Again, we're going to watch out for the knees. Maybe we can have a little bit of movement around, and then we can fold over, ready to stretch out the backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale your way up to standing. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, neck and head. Beautiful. One more round through. So we do 2 of our 3 lots of press ups. Come with me. So a nod to the chin. We know where we're going, towards the chest there, and then releasing our way down. Exhale. Don't worry if we need extra breaths as we go. Relax the shoulders, release the neck. And then start to walk the hands out. And again, we might be coming all the way out. Some of us will want to take that full option, walking the hands out towards the front edge of the mat, and then coming to the point where when you shift your hips forward, your shoulders are right over your wrists. Most of us are going to be on the knees. Elbows tuck in, or the hands are wide, lowering on the inhale, chest down towards the mat, and then exhale our way back up into that full push. Yeah, we can be on the knees with the hands wide, and then we've got the elbows going wide, and that just makes things a little bit easier. Wrist, neck, shoulders, elbows. Yeah, whichever version feels good for you. Yeah, one more time. Well done. Yeah, lowering on that inhale and pushing back on the exhale. Lovely. Now, if we're in our full plank, we could lift the hips from there and walk back, or we can come to the knees and walk the hands back towards the feet. Good, we can lower the heels down, get low again. See if you can get low with the heels. Can you pop the heels to the ground? Good, and then we can fold, and then we can unravel, inhaling and exhaling. As we come all the way up, just give those arms a little shake through. One more round, gang, that's all. So then when you're ready, again, nod your chin to chest, take a breath in. Firm up the thighs just that little bit. Soften through the knees where you need to. Maybe even firm up the toes so that we're pulling ourselves forward rather than hinging those hips back. Do we want an extra breath just to really hang deeply into the backs of the legs, the glute muscles, maybe into the calves? Are we bending the knees and enjoying that? Are we walking out, bringing our knees down, and then walking our hands forward? So I'll do that for anybody who's popped to the knees now. The hands come slightly further forward, or you're going wide in your box push-up. You're coming forward for the inhale to lower, chest towards the mat, spine stays long and lengthened. You've got it, elbows are tucked in. Exhale your way back up to your start. Well done. Good. 2 more of those. So inhaling, lovely. Whole body on that exhale. Give it a go. Give it a go. Yeah, as long as you feel comfortable in the neck and shoulders there. Last one, inhaling, lowering. Use the whole of that upper body. Exhale, use the abdominals to push you all the way back. Good, we'll take a little rock back into our child pose and then come all the way forward into ready for our dart. So we can bring the toes together, the arms to the side of the body. We can look to one side, 4 repetitions. Relax the shoulders. The big toes just touch. The head's turned. Inhale, you're lifting your head to the center. Sorry, you're lifting your chest and head comes to the center. And on the exhale, I want you to think glute muscles, inner thighs, knees and heels as you wrap the legs together, a gentle reach of your hands towards your feet. And then your next exhale eases your way down and you're softening the shoulders, turning the head and relaxing there. Now we've got 3 more to do. So inhale, we bring ourselves all the way to the center. Yeah, neck position as well, space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, wrap the legs. Inhale, create that length. There's not very much height with the dart. And then exhale, slowly coming back down. Absolutely fine on our last two to lift the legs if you're normally lifting your legs in any lying position, and that's fine for you. We can do that. We've got two more to do, so coming up just in your own time. Good, inhaling, lengthen and lift, lengthen the back of the neck, space between the ears and the shoulders. Good, exhale, wrap, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, slowly come down, smooth and steady as we lower ourselves down. Really well done. Good, we've got one more to do. So coming up, inhaling, good, noticing where the back is, noticing what you can feel. The dart's pretty much the whole body, which is great. Good, coming all the way up. And then we're ready to ease our way down and relax. Just take a breath or so. And then gradually just bring your arms back. Bring the elbows directly under your shoulders. Good, your legs are back into parallel, so knees and feet. They're just back into parallel. And then roll to the knees on the next exhale, so rolling up just above the kneecap, if that makes sense, so bottom of the thigh. And then tuck the toes if you wanted, exhale. Good, so into that low plank. Stretch the heels out, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Now we need to have a little bit of energy from the tummy muscles, don't we? So we might lift up through the pelvic floor lightly. We might draw the tummy muscles in. 5. Good, inhale, exhale, maybe use your camera, check where those hips are. 4, there's length in the lower back. 3, good, a little bit of tightening around the thighs. Imagine the inner thighs coming together, and then we pop to the knees. Release all the way down, ready to slide the bottom arm out and the top arm comes up, brings you over to your side. Double legs, we look at the feet, we lengthen up through that top arm, softening the shoulder a little bit away from the ear, reaching up through the fingertips. So we can inhale to lengthen and lift both legs. And then just as you've done that, have a look what's happened. So have you rolled back? Yeah, or have you rolled forward and the legs gone back? So just see if you can have just lifted those legs straight up. Don't worry if you're already ahead of me on that one. So 4 more times if you're with me, inhaling up. Good, attempting to kind of change that leg position and hip position. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Good, reaching up through the fingertips, reaching out through those bottom fingertips. Good, 2 to go. Can the legs lengthen and lift? And then lengthen away from you as they lower. Good, 1 last time, inhale, lift. Good, exhale as we lower, small space between that lower back and the mat. And then lower the arm, the hand comes in front, roll yourself onto your tummy, switch so that bottom arm comes forward and then the top arm can come up. And we should be on the other side. We have a look down towards our feet. We check that position. I'm having a look at you from here. Get yourself set up. Yeah, good. Notice that top shoulder. So if you're leaving your arm down, make sure your top shoulder feels comfortable. And then we're lifting on that inhale. Good, legs together. Yeah, lengthening out through the legs. Exhale down. Yeah, lovely. Good, so you can keep that inner thigh connection. Can the legs just pop straight up on that inhale and lower down on the exhale? Lovely. Good, so you can keep the legs lengthening rather than having a little bend of the knee or one leg working slightly differently to the other. No need to have the arm up if it doesn't feel comfortable. Really well done. Yeah, now that should be our last one. Good, and then so from here, we're going to roll all the way back, roly-poly, back to where you were a moment ago, facing me. I know, I'm just getting you to roll around the mat this morning. Hang on a minute, there's going to be some roly-polies in there in it. So can we now have the bottom leg bent? We're on to our next little sequence, and we can bring the top heel towards the bottom. That's just going to bring us into a quad stretch. That's it, so it's just going to bring us into that front of thigh stretch. Good, and just so you know that the next bit we don't do too many repetitions of our kneeling position. And again, take the options that are right for you. Yeah, so because we're going to do a kneeling side bend and side kick. So you will have the option of coming down onto the mat if you need. For now, could you feel quite a good stretch down the front of the thigh? Just notice that. Notice that we're just opening up into, yes, the front of the thigh, but maybe even up towards our hip flexors, so a little bit higher up, more and towards the centre of the body, on top of that thigh area there. A couple of extra breaths here. Just easing the leg back, making sure your knee feels comfortable and your top shoulder feels comfortable as you do that. Good, we're releasing the leg. Good, and then take the hands to the side just to push ourselves up, and then up to kneeling. Yeah, well done. Okay, so we're going to stay on our right leg, and then our top leg will stretch out to the side. Now remember, on this one, this can be a little bit tough on the hip, so you can bend your knee so you're in more of that little external rotation there. So rather than having the leg out, you can bend the knee. Yeah, absolutely fine to do that. Tuck your right toes under and then reach the arms out to the side for me. Lengthen up through both sides of the waist. Like I said, we haven't got many repetitions, so we're just going to go 4. So we're going to inhale length and then exhale, tip towards our right side. Now we don't have to go far, it could be just a reach up, and then inhale and exhale to bring ourselves back to our start position. So think about this as all about your waist. Yeah, like I say, if you need to bend that knee or bring it forward, then that's absolutely fine. Good, so we go again. So we can exhale over. Some of us will bring the tip of the fingertips down and get a deeper stretch. Inhale, lift, and exhale to come back. Wonderful. Good, 3 to do. Inhale. Good, and exhale, take that lovely stretch. Again, fingertips could be the knuckle, yeah? And then all the way back on the next exhale. Lovely, twice more. Inhale, exhaling over. Use the fingertips just as that little bit of support, stretch. Maybe we go a little bit deeper, maybe we don't. And then use the waist to bring ourselves all the way back. One last time. Inhale, create that length. Up, maybe that's enough, or maybe we're stretching all the way over to the side. Good, come all the way up, make sure we're making that as big or small as we need. Yeah, well done. Now from here, we're going to come down onto our side, so come down to our right side, lower the top hand towards the hip for me. And then all I want is a lift of that top leg and a little kick forward, come back and lower down. Yeah. Now you've got the option of coming straight down onto your side and doing that same move there instead. So you could just do that. Otherwise, we're going to try that. So we do 5 of these: a lift, a kick, centre, and lower. Now the weight's into that bottom leg. It's not all into this top hand. Yeah, good. 2 more to do. I'll count the ones where I was just talking there. Kick and come back. Lovely. Last time, just try it. Lift through that bottom waist, kick, come back. And then as you bend the knee this time, come all the way just to kneeling. Well done. So now we're coming to 4-point kneeling. Yeah, can you come to 4-point kneeling with me? So stay on your right leg and then our left leg stretches out. We know this. Yeah, we know this. So this is our lovely inner thigh stretch. So now we've taken the same leg back out. Yeah, and we're going to hinge back into that lovely inner thigh groin stretch. I'm going to show you from the side. Yeah, so it's your left leg out to the side, so it's the same leg that you had stretched out. So inhale, and then as you exhale, ease back to find that really lovely inner thigh and groin stretch. And obviously you're adapting it to whatever works for you. Going a little bit further back or less. There's length through the spine as you send the hips back. Go to the point that you feel that little pull on the inner thigh and groin, or it might be a generous inner thigh stretch if you're me. Good, and then easing our way back there. Lovely. Good, come all the way back. Bend the knee for me and just bring yourself to bring the legs together. So kind of close everything in and then just sit back towards your heels. So some of us can sit all the way back and reach out into our child pose if we want, or any modified version of that. Now, as we come all the way back to kneeling, we're going to come on to our opposite side to do our front of the thigh stretch. Yeah? So now we're on the opposite side. Yeah, so well done everyone. Good. So bottom leg bent, and then we're easing our leg back. Just that little bit there. So just make sure you're doing the opposite quad stretch. I know some of us might have moved around, so we might not be doing exactly the same as me, which is absolutely fine, because you will be when you come to kneeling. Lengthen out through the crown of the head, ease the heel back towards the glutes there, and then maybe open that knee a little bit further back. Can you ease it back without straining the back, without changing the position of the pelvis, keeping that calmness in the ribs, the softness of the shoulders. Inhale and exhale, just enjoy that. Good, we've got one more of those, one more breath. Maybe feeling that front of the thigh, maybe a little bit higher up. Good, and then when you're ready, release the foot. Let's bring ourselves all the way up to kneeling, so push yourself to kneeling now. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to stay on your left leg. Yeah, so we're now on your left leg. The left ball of foot on the ground with the toes tucked, and then decide where we can go with our right leg. Do we need to bend that knee and have that little bit of openness? Can we have the foot on the floor with the leg stretched out to that 90-degree angle? Bring the arms up, lengthen up through the spine. Make it a little bit smaller if we need. Inhale, length. Exhale as we tip, and it might be just a fraction, so that when we come back up, we know that the back and the abdominals are fine. We're keeping that lovely placement of our back, the hips as level as we can. Some of us might decide we can go on just a little bit further. Can we go just a little bit further? And maybe we can, and maybe we can't. So we adapt to what feels good for our bodies. Yeah, absolutely fine to have the knee bent, and then that can be just a really lovely modified version of that, which is just a lovely side stretch. Good, two more to do. We might go a little bit further, so our fingertips just touch the ground, and then exhale our way back. Listen to your body. Yeah, good, and again, this is our last one. Yeah, we're not repeating this sequence, gang. I think you'll be pleased to know. And then all the way back to our start. Really well done. Good, now we've got the option of coming all the way down onto our side, or we can reach over to place the fingertips to the ground and the top hand on the hip. Yeah? So then we might need to just budge our weight a little bit over to the left, lift on the in, kick forward, exhale, inhale and exhale to come down. Some of us will have the hand on the ground or even the knuckles, lift, kick, center and lower. Yeah? Now, lift up and out of this bottom thigh for me, so you're not just collapsing into this right hip. Yeah, good, twice more. Lift, kick, center and lower. Last one, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the leg, come all the way down, and then bring the leg in as you ease your way to 4-point kneeling. Well done. So now we've got the hands under the shoulders, the knees are hip width apart, and now it's our right leg that kicks out to the side. Again, I'll just show you from the side. So your right leg's out to the side. It could be a little bit further back. That's quite nice for the hip, so it doesn't have to be at a right angle. You could be inside, on the inside of the foot, or you could have your foot flat. Exhale as we ease our way back to find that inner thigh stretch, and inhale to come back to our start. Yeah, this is a lengthened spine, not a rounded back. Yeah, so it's not your kind of child pose, because you're unlikely to get much of an inner thigh stretch there. But it's a long lengthened back. So if you send your sit bones all the way back to the back of the mat, you're likely to feel, quite a good stretch on that inner thigh area. 3 to go. So ease our way back. Keep the length through the spine. And then come all the way back to our start. Yeah. Good, so easing back. And coming back to our start. Last time. Good. Exhale back. And inhale as we come back to our start position. Bend the knee, draw the leg in for me, and then again sit back into our little child pose variation of. Well done. So now we get to come onto our back. We might grab our bands just before we do anything on this second or last little sequence. We're going to do a little hamstring stretch. So you might want to use your band. Good, so when you're ready, grab your band. Place your band around your feet. Don't worry if you've already gone onto your mat, but if you're still with me, place your band around your feet. Good, and then stretch out the legs. Let's go all the way down with our roll up, the down part of the roll up, going all the way back. Inhaling and exhaling, use the band as support. And as you lower your head to the mat, just scoot your heels in just a fraction for me. Use the abdominals back on the mat and stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. Now with both legs up towards the ceiling, come down up towards your feet. Take hold of your band a little bit higher and then see if you can pull the toes down towards your face and press your heels a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. So we come into that quite generous stretch around the Achilles tendon, the calves. Now we can even take a bit of a bend into the knee and just work on that area. Good, little point and flex, so we can release and then come back to that nice little stretch there. Keep your left foot in the band, stretch your right leg out to the end of the mat, stretching your left leg up to the ceiling. Good, maybe widen the elbows, soften across the collarbone, soften the shoulders. Good, and just feel that really good stretch all the way down the back of your left leg. Maybe we've got a good knee bend, maybe we've got a slightly straighter leg. Last breath, we're opening the band, sliding the right foot to join the left. Go make sure the band's around that left foot as you tap your left foot down and exhale it along to the end of your mat. Well done, really well done. Now remember your left foot can be on the floor, you know, to adjust for your back if you need. Good, and again, let's get that lovely lengthening down the back of the leg. Nothing straining, nothing forced. Back of the thigh rather than the back of the knee. Good, upper body as relaxed as possible, holding on here. Good work. Now I'm going to head into the double leg stretch in a moment, and you don't have to do everything that I'm suggesting. Yeah, we'll slide the left leg in. We'll bend the knee on the right and just pop the band to one side. Bring both legs in towards you so your knees are into your chest. Your back's going to rest on the mat, knowing that one foot could be on the floor and you could do exactly the same movement with a single leg. So absolutely fine to do that. We're going to have the hands just resting on the knees. And on our inhale, we're going to stretch both legs up and reach the arms to the side of the body. And then just on the exhale, bring the knees in. So we can inhale the legs up and the arms to the side, and then exhale as we bring the legs in. Yeah, good. Then this time we're going to send the arms up and the legs up to the ceiling, inhaling, and then exhaling to come down. So we can inhale the arms up and the legs up, and exhale the arms down. Good. And then this time we're going to inhale and curl up, reach the hands up towards the feet. We're then going to exhale with the head down or the head up, circle the arms all the way around to the side. I'll just leave my head down just for anybody that wants to do that. Good. And then inhale, bend the knees in towards the chest. Exhale, recover. Yeah. So we've got our knees just in parallel. So we can go again. Inhale, legs up and arms up. Exhale, keep the legs up, keep the upper body lifted, circle the arms all the way around. Good. Inhale, reach the hands towards the end of the mat. Remember, your head might be down. Good. And then exhale, bring the knees in as you lower your head down. Good. Then the option, just depending on knees and hips, the option is to have the toes together and the knees wide. So we can inhale the legs up, with or without the curl up. Good. We can exhale, circle the arms over towards our ears and then to the side on the inhale. And then on the exhale, we can bring the knees in. Yeah, I'm going to do one more with the curl up. So inhaling, reaching the arms up as the legs come up. Exhaling as we circle the arms towards the ears. Inhaling as we reach the arms to the side of the body, head up or down, upper body up or down. And then ease our way down, the knees go wide on that lovely exhale. Really well done. Now pop both feet to the floor one at a time. Bring the arms to the side of the body and then inhale our way all the way up into bridge. Can we come all the way up? Yeah, now remember you might be on that middle part of the back, you might be up on the shoulders. The right leg stays. Exhale the left knee all the way up to the ceiling, flex the foot. Inhale, bend the knee, pop the foot down. Good, stand on the left leg. Exhale the right leg all the way up to the sky, flex the foot, firm up your left thigh. Good, bend the knee, replace the foot. One more time each side. Stand on that right leg, firm up the foot, firm up the thigh and the glute, and exhale the left leg with the flex foot up to the ceiling. Yeah, and again, hopefully we've eased into those hamstrings that little bit. Last time, firm up the left foot, you're doing so well, gang. Remember, you can make it a little bit lower by just resting on more on that middle part of the back than the back and the shoulders. Good, and then when you're ready, both feet to the ground, inhale, start to come down and exhale into your lower back. And at that point, you can bring both knees into chest. Inhale, nod, exhale, sit. Open leg rocker, open the legs wide, hands towards those ankles, and then inhale our way back. Exhale our way back to our seated position, lift the chest. Do not worry if your feet go down. Now inhale back, nod of the chin just to the back of the shoulders. Exhale to our open leg rocker balance. Lovely. Good. Good. And again, inhale. And exhale all the way back to our seated position. Extend the legs. Beautiful. Bring the legs in. Stretch out the legs. Reach forward just for a breath. And then let's lower ourselves all the way down. Not coming back to sitting, just curling ourselves all the way down to the mat. Scoop both knees into chest. Backs resting on the mat. Knees are wide. Hands are on the knees. Inhale, arms and legs up. With the curl up, if you wanted, you've come to your waistband. Exhale, flex the feet, circle the arms around. Inhale, reach the arms to the side of the body, soft point, and then exhale, bring yourself down twice more. So inhaling a lift, arms come up, reaching towards those toes as you exhale the arms, the upper body doesn't move. Inhale, flex the feet as the arms are at the side of the body, press those heels high, and then exhale your way down. You've got one more. I'm staying down for anybody that's staying down. Inhale, arms and legs up. You can still do the flex of the feet. The arms come towards your ears, exhaling around, inhaling as you point and bring the arms to the side of the body. Exhale as you bring the knees in. Bring the legs together, place the feet to the ground. Inhale, imprint. Exhale, peel up into bridge, coming up to the middle part of the back or onto the shoulders. And then just have a double check. Pad the ground with those feet. Just double check those heels are pretty much under the knees. Right leg stays. Exhale, left knee, leg lengthens all the way up to the sky. Inhale, bend the knee, put the foot back down. Exhale, land on that left leg and buoyantly press that right leg up to the sky, flex the foot. Good, place the foot back down. Make sure the weight isn't onto your neck. Yeah, it's onto the back of the shoulders. Good, reach and stretch, add that flex. Good, bend the knee, keep the hips high. You're doing absolutely brilliantly, gang. The last time, pad the ground, reach the leg, flex the foot, get some energy. Good, place the foot slowly to the ground. Inhale, again you can adjust the feet. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, ease your way down, your back imprints to the mat, knee hug. You could stay here, absolutely fine. Then when we're ready, nod the chin if we wanted, body close to the thighs, balance as you come up to sitting. Now bring the hands to the shins, the calves, the ankles, behind the thighs, yeah, wherever feels good. And just remember that you've got the arms are wide of the legs, so you haven't got your arms in. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. So 3 of those. So you've got your hands on the outside edge. 3. Inhale, relax. Exhale, use that breath, lift and lengthen, come up to balance. We can do it. 2 more. Inhale, roll. Exhale, use the breath, come up, lift the chest. Absolutely brilliant. Doesn't matter if we have a wobble. Inhale again. Exhale as we come up to our balance. Lift the chest. Fantastic. Good. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knees. Sweep the legs out and then reach ourselves forward, and then we could stay. Inhale and exhale, softening through the knees, straightening the legs, whatever's going to work for us. Just to reach forward, could be or less. Just with a nice bend of the knee and a fold. Some of us might want to reach down towards the feet, bring the body a little bit closer towards the thighs. Yeah, then we'll come all the way down. Again, we're not going to come back to sitting, we're just going to scoot, tailbone under, and then take ourselves slowly down to the mat. Well done. Okay, lovely. Just so that's it on our combos. Can we have the back resting on the mat? Just a little practice of our teaser prep. So the knees into chest. Now at this point, you might think, actually, I've had enough. I'm just, I've done enough. I've enjoyed everything I've done. I'm feeling good. I'm just going to go into some lovely hip rolls, some lovely knee circles, some ankle circles, anything like that. Otherwise, you can imprint your back, bring your knees into chest, take the arms over your head. So neck and shoulder people, just being cautious, maybe leaving it out if we need. So the arms come up. Do you remember we've been working on the arms coming up? And as the arms come into view, you're lifting your upper body. Yeah? So we come up to the waistband. Yeah, lovely. Good. And then we can slowly come back down. It's not necessary to do this one. So this is just a little reminder or little add-on. Yeah, so now we're going to use the legs to help us to come up. So as we bring the arms up, there'll be a point where we stretch the legs out, and then that's going to help us come up to our seated position. So inhale, arms into view, nod the chin, inhaling, and then exhale, little push, and that brings us all the way up to our seated position. Good, and then we're starting to lower down. So we lower the lower back down, the arms come up, and then lower the upper body as you bring yourself all the way back. Let's do that just one more time. So bring the arms up into view, inhaling, nod, and then exhale, press of the legs and come up to your seated position. Lovely. Good, and then slowly coming down, the arms come up as we lower the upper body down. And then we can all put our feet to the ground, widen the arms and roll the legs from side to side. Inhaling and exhaling, just as feels good. Really well done. Maybe turning your head to the opposite direction of legs. Good, rolling over the back of the head. Yeah. And then coming back to your start position. Let's bring the knees into chest. Circle the knees wide and together. Inhaling and exhaling as feels good. Good, then the opposite way. Good, when you pause, the knees could be a little bit wider, circle both ankles. They could go one way and then the other. Really well done, gang. Good, and circle the other way. Good, and then hold on to the left shin, circle the right leg to the right. Inhaling and exhaling just as feels good. Keeping the left shin, thigh, left side of the body still. Now the left back of shoulder, go the other way, so just circling, getting a little bit of movement into that right side just on its own. Opening up into those hips. Good, hold on to the left shin with both hands and reach the right leg out to the end of the mat. See if you can keep your lower back fairly still on the mat. Reach and lengthen. Flex the right foot. Point the right foot. Flex the right foot. And then guide the right leg back in. Hold the right hand onto the right shin and then place the left hand onto the left knee, going wide. The right leg's doing nothing and the left leg's moving. Note the difference from one side to the other. Keep the right side still, so the right shin, the right back of hip, the right shoulder, so you can move into that left side. And the opposite way when you're ready, just easing in. Inhaling and exhaling, enjoying. Using the breath just to help with that movement. Both hands onto the left, right shin just lightly, and then exhale your left leg to the end of the mat. See if you can keep your lower back on the mat. Good, and then flexing the left foot, well done. And pointing the right foot. And flexing the left, and pointing the left. And then when you're ready, drawing both knees back into chest. Hug the knees in, pop the feet to the floor so you can keep your back on the mat and slide your legs out. Go, ready to reach the arms over your head. Full body stretch. Now, if the back feels comfortable, let the back arch away from the mat so the ribs pop and the lower back, we create that little mini back bend, don't we? Resting up onto the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide, reaching through that upper arm, creeping the shoulders up around the ears. Inhaling and exhaling, length. And then when we're ready, just soften everything down and just relax. Let the head just drift from side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, soften the elbows to bring the arms back to the side of the body. And then quietly bring the feet just back to the mat. From here, could you tuck your chin to your chest? Again, neck people might do less movement, less vigorous. Back of the head's on your mat or cushion and drop your chin to your chest, lengthen out through the back of the neck. Release, chin tuck, that one. And then go the opposite direction, so back of the head, yes, is on the mat. The chin lifts up to the ceiling, shorten the back of the neck. Lengthen through the front of the neck, going slowly where you need. And then slowly release back to our start. Use both hands right into the nape of the neck and go from the nape of the neck all the way down to the soft, fleshy part of the shoulders. Maybe dipping the chin, maybe moving a little bit to the right as you rub the left side, maybe move a little bit to the left as you rub the right side. Maybe all the way into that fleshy part of the back of the neck there, back of the shoulders. All the way to the nape of the neck. Good, release. And then move over to one side. And take a really slow journey to bring yourself round to 4-point kneeling. Maybe the hands a bit wider, the knees a bit wider, and inhale into a cat.
Pressing through the arms, pressing a little bit through the knees, and releasing. Tuck the toes, walk the hands back, rest for a moment to stretch out the toes just a little bit. Drop the heels back towards the ground and then slowly unraveling. Inhaling and exhaling to come all the way up. And relax. Well done, everybody.